HealthWish is a series of conversations about the state of healthcare in New York City's fabulous fifth borough, Staten Island. Our goal is to raise issues, raise awareness, and raise health, because when we raise health, we raise everyone. Bridging the gap between Manhattan and Staten Island, philanthropist and business owner Jim Halpin is preserving his brother's legacy with the naming of the new Halpin Pediatric Cancer Center. Compassionate cancer care is now closer to home for all Staten Islanders. Give it a listen.
Hey, Staten Island, welcome to HealthWish, and I'm so incredibly excited to be here today with the CEO of Platinum, Jim Halpin. It's really been a pleasure. We've been friends for a long time and done some really great stuff together, so I'm really couldn't be more excited to be here with you.
Thank you so much. Great to see you always, and happy to talk about the great work you're doing out in Staten Island.
We're in the Equitable Building, which has a long New York City history, but you taught me something today that I never knew about this particular building. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, a couple things. I've been in this building since 1979. My dad was the assistant property manager here, and when the opportunity to be in this building and have this space came available, we rented this in 2006, and we've been a tenant for 17 years now. And 9/11 changed a lot of things. My respect of 9/11 and all the tributes that I have over here was really fortified by the camera crews after 9/11 actually shot the footage from this actual space, this actual window down there. All the aerial stuff that you see from a high vantage point was all here. And these cameras were in here for those 9 months, 24 hours a day.
In this office, it's like a legacy of philanthropy and things that are important and things that mean something to you and all the people that you've tried to help over the years. We
work hard. This is the war room. This is what we call this at Platinum. And we have a lot of intense meetings in here. But at the end of the day, we have to give back and we have to remember others. And
so that's interesting that you bring that up, because for me, I think one of the greatest things about getting to know you is your legacy of philanthropy and of all the places that you have helped over the years is actually truly remarkable. And I'd love to give you the opportunity to talk about a couple of them that are important to you.
Yeah, that's hard because there's so many that I've put a lot of time and effort into. I always go to kids first because that's really, my heart and soul is, my 3 kids. And anytime there's a kid in need, that's when I'm really, time stops for me and I have to try to figure out how to help them. So the work we've done with St. Jude's, I'm part of a group. We've donated about $18 million to St. Jude's, and St. Angela Merici, which was a Catholic school in the Bronx. The school actually closed. We would give out many, many scholarships every year in honor of my brother, and the connection I had to the administration there and then speaking in front of those kids every year. But those 2 really just stick out to me. And of recent, what I'm most proud of is the NYPD Foundation and the work we're doing with them. I'm a big pro-police person, and the support that I give them through their sports units. So we helped start a fund within the NYPD Foundation that we're giving checks to each of the sports teams.
And I had the pleasure of being at your last event, and it really is a meaningful thing to me, and it gives me an opportunity to talk a little bit about wellness, right? And you're talking about people that are doing one of the most stressful jobs that there is. And for many of them, this is one of the things that they rely upon as their outlet, the thing that makes them happy. So the fact that you're taking people that are doing a hard job every single day and allowing them to do something that makes them feel better is truly an amazing thing. And thank you for that.
No, thank you. I love giving back. And, it's for me, I think that sports is a great thing.
Golf. It's a passion that you and I both share. And to be able to use that now to do something that you're passionate about, it's one of the primary ways that you raise money, actually, is through golf.
Yeah. Well, Richmond County Country Club. I love the whole team over there. I love the golf course. It's a good old school golf course. So I host a lot of outings over there. The way I look at charity and community is really by collaborating with everybody. So, I really try to do my best to not have any of these things be about me. I put together a team, and then that team collectively goes out and fundraise. And it's like anything else, the strength in numbers concept. So Richmond County is an easy place for everybody, the Jersey people, city people to all come together. We've been able to do a lot of great events there. You're really making a difference in a community and not just an item. So cancer, is obviously the biggest item that I'm passionate about. It's a little bit of a long haul battle and you have to hang in there. And obviously I have, because I've made another commitment. Sure. But I think For me and my family in the future, that's the real hope, is that cancer just doesn't kill anybody anymore.
I think there are small victories, and I think that there's things you could do. I can tell you, one of my favorite days of the year is the holiday party for the kids with cancer that we throw every single year. To watch these children and their loved ones, regardless of how much money their parents make, regardless of where they come from, to all kind of come together. Every single kid gets a gift. Every single sibling gets a gift. And it's one of those amazing opportunities to say, yeah, those are the people that we did this for.
Like going into that and having that be your favorite day of the year, to know what that means, not just to that kid, a parent of a child with cancer. That's amazing that you do that.
That event is really special. To give you an idea of how strongly we felt during COVID, we did it as a drive-through. So we actually had the balloons and all the stuff around the back of the clinic, and the cars were lined up all the way around the street onto Mason Avenue and going around, and we would take these children and their siblings and we had prearranged gifts, but we kept the tradition going through. That's where you see the benefit, right? And that for me it's such a special thing. And you've met our peds oncologists. They're amazing people who care so much about every single child. And that's actually a HealthWish that'll actually appear right before this one.
Oh, I love the one you did with Tracy.
Tracy's a special guy.
That was incredible. I mean, just that dialogue with him and that little kid was like, you're watching that and you're just like, this is amazing. This is what it's supposed to be about. Like, we got to get this kid through this. We got to get this kid healthy. We got to just confront it.
And to me, all the doctors and staff in this hospital are super empaths. They put their lives aside for other people suffering every day of their lives. And to me, that's the bomb. I think you're the best. I think you're an angel. I think you're an angel for that. And I'm so glad to be a part of this and do my part. And life, everybody deserves a good quality of life. And if this building is going to provide that, I'm a part of it and I'm down. I'm your warrior angel. I'm here and we're going to do my show for this hospital every year. And I'm going to have a bunch of fun on stage, raising money for the patients. And it's all good. And I want to say to all of y'all here, sending everybody in this parking lot, I love you. Period. I love you.
Because it's the other things. It's the worrying. It's the stress involved with it. Just the therapy of just laughing and smiling and happily crying. I mean, that's.
So I'm so happy you brought this up, because just to give you an idea of how in the background and how Jim is so not looking for credit, we raised a lot of money with Tracy's help. And we talk about this all the time, Staten Island. You really want to know how did Tracy end up in Staten Island? So Jim and Sal Russi Jr. made that happen for us. I got a phone call from those two and they said, what are you doing next week? We're going to dinner with Tracy Morgan. I'm like, you going to dinner with who? Like, what? And Tracy came in. He said to me, he told me a bunch of dirty jokes, which were hilarious. I won't go into them. And then he turned to me and said, I already talked to these guys. We're doing a fundraiser. And that was it. But frankly, at the end of the day, without your involvement and without Sal's involvement, that never happens.
So yeah, Tracy, the introduction with Sal and myself to the hospital, we were so happy to do that. And Tracy doing another benefit coming up, which is amazing. I just think the world of him. But I also want to just talk about the Russis for a second, because they were my introduction to Staten Island, the hospital. When we first signed on the deal for the breast cancer center, I knew something special was going on over at the hospital.
The partnership that started out with breast cancer and now has progressed to the point where Florina's name will live forever, being on this beautiful new cancer center. And it's a huge part of the legacy.
Such a sad situation, her passing in 2003. She was in her 30s, had 3 small kids. A friend of ours, Joe Askin, gave me a call and said, we got to do something right away for this. And I was like, Joe, the family's grieving. He goes, Jim, it's not going to get any better. Let's do this now. So we put together a golf outing, and the initial proceeds to the golf outing went to a cancer clinic that was formed in Albania, because we knew women in Albania were not getting mammograms the way women in the United States were. So we started out doing it that way. Fast forward a few years, we were actually able to get a cancer clinic in Albania, and we had a doctor that was doing scans and So the hospital, graciously gave us some equipment to perform mammographies over there, and we were able to save 30 women that through early detection would have had a larger stage cancer. One woman's life and legacy, not just save people over in Europe, but between the breast cancer center here and the new Florina Cancer Center, and the way the family still holds her 20 years later after her passing, to the point where Ellie was at the outing and she's still choking up thinking about her aunt. That's just truly how special her legacy is.
And I think it was Sal that said to me something that I'll never forget. He said, Florina was truly an amazing girl in Albania, but she was just as amazing a woman in Staten Island, and she would have wanted people in her own community to also have been helped. That is a really powerful statement that at the end of the day, yes, you can absolutely help people in the place that you're actually from, but you still have to help your community. So I loved the messaging, and it's been a pleasure to be involved with them ever since.
Join us next time as we continue the conversation with philanthropist Jim Halpin. HealthWish wishes to thank our special guest, Jim Halpin. For more information on the Brian Halpin Pediatric Cancer Center and ways to give back, please click the link in the video description. We're very interested in your health wish. Contact us at healthwish@northwell.edu. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you again soon.